it might be time to flip bullish again, not just in the long term, as we've been consistently on this channel, but immediately. We are seeing the markets skyrocket right now as there is massive breaking news in the world. And for crypto, the Trump tariffs are now being paused for 90 days, but not all of the tariffs. We saw Bitcoin shoot up from $77,000 up to higher than $82,000. We're going to take a look at the chart, look at everything else going on in this space right now, and the details of this story over these tariffs that are now on a 90-day pause. When this news broke, the markets actually started skyrocketing. In fact, I had freshly recorded a video about XRP just about 30 minutes ago. And then as soon as I was done recording the video, I looked at my phone. I went, oh my gosh, I have to delete this video because it's irrelevant now. Because now that the tariffs are a little less of a mystery, these markets are getting some renewed optimism. We are actually sitting at a time where a lot of these tariffs might go away forever. In fact, we might even get some better deals than we had going into having no tariff. Well, we already had tariffs coming from other countries, but now we might even be in a position to kind of renegotiate some of those and eliminate them altogether. There's still a lot of uncertainty, but a tremendous amount of optimism with this news story. Let's talk about it, guys. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, tap the like button, subscribe to the channel for these urgent updates. This is a very urgent update here for crypto. Take a peek at Ethereum up 12%, Bitcoin up 7%, up to $82,000. You know, earlier today, I was talking about this story in my live stream. Donald Trump's World Liberty Financial reportedly sells Ethereum at a $125 million loss. I want to revisit this because this story leaves me a little bit confused when we see this news story break. Trump scales back tariffs. This is not fake news. This is real news. He is scaling back his tariffs, guys. Let's look at the details on this. So, taking a peek at, what's going on. A lot of people wanted these Trumps to be scaled back. Well, he did actually pause the sweeping reciprocal tariffs, and he's trying to negotiate new trade deals, hopefully better trade deals. But he didn't fully back off. He keeps a 10% baseline tariff in place. So there's still some tariffs in place. And he increased his tariffs on China to 125%. Now, what's crazy to me about this whole story is not a lot of people are talking about the fact that he increased his tariffs to 125%. There is a crazy battle still ongoing with China and the U.S. where we are raising tariffs. They had tariffs on us, okay? High tariffs on us. We increased our tariffs. They increased their tariffs back. 85% was the big story today, but there's been many back and forth. And now apparently we have raised ours to 125%. But on the pause of all these other tariffs, how many times am I going to say the word tariff? A lot. Stocks exploded. The S&P 500 went up 7% in a matter of minutes. Gold, oil, and yes, crypto started to surge as well as investors quickly re-embraced risk. This has been the number one problem for the crypto market and the traditional market since Trump has taken office, the uncertainty surrounding tariffs. And there was no real end in sight because nobody really could have predicted that there was going to be a pause coming, that it would have been a 90-day pause, and that would have happened so quickly. Clearly, these were very big tariffs, and they were big enough tariffs that they were actually getting dozens of countries reaching out to negotiate new trade deals, as you can see here on the screen. But China is still playing hardball, and so are we. So, going back to this story, Donald Trump's World Liberty Financial reportedly sells Ethereum at $125 million loss. If this is true, which it might not be true, that would be shocking to me, because certainly the people at World Liberty Financial would have probably known that there was going to be some kind of tariff pause that was possible. And if there was a tariff pause put in place, clearly the markets would pump. If somebody had told me there was going to be a tariff pause in a matter of hours, I would have absolutely opened up a long. And you know what? Somebody actually hinted that there was going to be a tariff pause. Who? Check this out. He did. He actually tweeted out this. This is a great time to buy. He tweeted this out just a few hours ago, and then minutes later, the tariff pause came into place. Here's CoffeeZilla saying Trump ran around his own announcement to pause tariffs by saying it's a great time to buy 3 hours before huge news stocks. CoffeeZilla is complaining about it. He likes to complain about things, especially crypto. But anything to do with stocks, he likes to complain about things. It's funny. I think it's honestly hilarious. You see this tweet though, or this post on Truth Social, and it's like you can't look at this tweet and go, oh well, then I should buy, because he could say this. In fact, he said things to this extent on other days, but today in particular, he tweeted, "This is a great time to buy." Hint, I guess. Hint. We're going to pause the tariffs. What a crazy day this is. Looking at the stocks, looking at crypto, look at some of these coins. Fartcoin, the number one gainer today. Look at all these coins up today. Pepe getting a huge move back to the upside, up 16%. A lot of these coins are absolutely exploding right now. This is a huge crypto recovery. Solana's up 13.49%. There has been uncertainty because of tariffs. I had a video recorded about XRP saying that I don't know how long we're going to be in pain. In fact, I was talking about a potential rejection off of $2 for XRP in the video that I had recorded, and I couldn't post it because honestly, now with this news, everything's different. Could we still reject off $2 for a coin like XRP? Well, we're at $2.03. This could be maybe a fake pump. Maybe we're going to come back down because the China tariffs are still there. However, it looks like we broke through, and it looks like we had a bullish retest off $2 to the upside on the top half of it. And honestly, things are looking decently optimistic here for the short term. I still need to see more news about China and these tariffs. We still need to kind of see how the markets react as people start to realize that not all the tariffs are paused. There's still a baseline 10%. There's still 125% tariff on China. And that battle's still ongoing. I do believe that a lot of these tariffs are going to be eliminated altogether. And in fact, the tariffs that existed before the U.S. started doing our reciprocal tariffs might even go away. In the long run, this could be good. This is a step in the right direction for this play that Trump has put out here regarding tariffs. That being said, some people are saying Trump has backed down. Trump has folded. He's caved in on his tariff plan because China put down the hammer, though. I don't know how much truth there is to that because it looks like he's still increasing the tariffs against China. We got more news coming on this. I wanted to talk to you guys about this. This is certainly a very positive thing for the markets. We've been doing a lot of successful short trades lately. Admittedly, I just had a short get squeezed out because I couldn't have possibly expected this. That is why you set your stop losses or don't go into positions that you're not willing to lose, had a lot of great short positions recently because this was certainly uncertain times, and we're still a little uncertain, guys. So things are looking better. The odds of a rate cut have gone up, and we just had a 90-day tariff pause. This could be the moment where we have continuation to the upside, but it is still too early to call, in my opinion. Renewed optimism in the crypto markets. Love to see it. If you want to trade on the volatility, be careful, guys, but what an incredible amount of volatility. If anybody was in a long position during this moment in time, you made a ton of money today. If you want to do some trading, sign up for Blowfin using the link down below. That's all I got for you in this one. I'm Crypto Kip. This is a Crypto Report. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, DCA HODL. I'll see you in the next one, guys. 2 videos here. If you want to check them out, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.